Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane, and let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 13. You know what was so funny? Was Robin Kids, when they was asking about the Tooth Fairy, and the little boy said, "Is a Tooth Fairy you, Mom?" I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like, you know, when a kid be like, "Are you the Tooth Fairy? Are you Santa?" I thought that was so cute. And the Mime was so cute too as well. The Mime couldn't get a word in with, Gizelle and Karen because they was going back and forth arguing at each other. I was just like, whoa. And what's up with the fish, inside the water? Like, is that animal cruelty? Like, what do they do with the fish next? What do they take the fish and put it in the fish tank? Do they kill the fish? Or do another person sit down and put their feet in that same little pedicure machine and get a pedicure with the same feet? The fish might not have any teeth. That's what they're saying. But I don't know. Maybe there's some, purpose for it that's supposed to be so healthy or whatever. I don't know. But do you guys consider that animal cruelty? So let's talk. Let's get it on. So Karen is feeling, Candace. She's liking Candace, and she wants to hang with She wants to hang with Candace. She's rambunctious. She's young. She's wild. She's over the top, and Karen likes her. And Karen wants to hang out with her. So they're going to get their pedicures done, and then they're having a little conversation. They're talking, and Kendall comes, and this is when Candace knows that she needs to be quiet and mind her business and not say anything that could be incriminating and that could be used against her, or anybody can say that she was talking crap and smack, because Candace is noting how everybody seems to be kind of like two-faced. Especially she seems to Reese being two-faced, and she's seen Ashley being two-faced, and people talking behind each other's back. So Candy's going to keep her mouth closed. She's just going to tell her business. And so Kendall comes, and she's there, and she's like, hi, whatever. And so this is when Karen is talking about, my friendship is kind of like on pause, kind of like on hold with Gizelle, because she's mean and this and that, and she's nasty, and I don't know what I'm going to do with her. And that's some bullshit, because Gizelle and Karen are going to go back and forth, be friends. They've been doing this for years. They're playing the game. And so, Karen was like, Gizelle treated me like, she was trying to have sex with me without no Vaseline. I was like, come on, Karen, why are you being that descriptive and that nasty? Why are you trying to be like Jackie from Basketball Wives? There's no need to give us that type of thing. And so, that's when Kendall was like, well, she is a B word. She's a bitch. And and then Candace was like, I'm staying out of this. I don't want nothing to do with this. And so Candace was like, I'm going to stay in my place. I'm going to mind my business. I ain't going to be messy like Ashley. Because, Candace wants to come after Ashley, because Ashley is very two-faced. But she's not two-faced. She does everything right in front of your face. Like, she's messy. She's shady right in front of your face. She don't hide it. She don't pretend. It's just like, she's real nasty with it. She'll put it out there all night. It's like somebody giving you a lollipop with shit on it. That's how that's how Ashley is. And she's very good at doing it. And so I was just like, whoa, here we go. And so Kendall's calling, Gizelle a bitch. Why is she calling her a bitch? And why is she mad at her? I'm like, damn, her and her husband divorced. They ain't together. And her and Gizelle ain't best friends, but, they know each other. They seen each other. But it didn't say they talk on the phone, they hang and they chill. She's done with her husband. So what's up with, her being upset and calling her a bitch? I guess it is what it is. I guess she don't want, anybody in, the circle or the city circle to be messing around with her ex-husband, because they ain't together. He can stick it and flip it wherever he want. We ain't together. It's over. Like, I can't control what he do, and I damn sure ain't gonna be getting mad at the woman he's sticking it in. You know what? My life is too good and too great and too perfect to be worrying about who my ex-husband is sticking in. He can stick it in anybody. But it could be but you'll be upset if it was your friend or somebody you knew. But when you truly over somebody, you over them. You don't care who they with. They could be with anybody. Oh, I'm happy for you. But it's the betrayal. So thus Kendall feels like she's betrayed. But they're not showing us or letting us know that if her is Kendall and, Gizelle good friends, because they can't be. Because we ain't never seen her. She ain't never talked to her. But she's been in a circle. Like, they attend the same events and things like that. But, oh well. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Kendall got a backbone and she'll get up and she'll start talking and she starts saying something. She starts showing up and she say all this to Gizelle. You know, have that same energy that you got in this nail salon for Gizelle. When you see her, let her know up front that she's a bitch. You know, don't play it all cool, whatever. You know, say what you got to say. And so moving on from that, you know, Karen just feels a certain type of way. Karen is not, she's not feeling Gizelle. She's mad at Gizelle. And, you know, it just is what it is. And so then they started to talk to Candace about her situation. And, you know, Karen was like, so what was going on with you and Chris, you know, at my event? And what was happening in the corner? What was happening out there in the parking lot? What was going? She was being nosy. And so then, you know, Candace let them know what happened, that she was nasty, mean, and derogatory and ignorant and disrespectful to her husband. Like the shit that, you know, Candace said to her husband, I would have packed my bags and left the bitch. I would have been gone. Yo, that was so mean. So, I mean, that's mean and hurtful. And, you know, Karen said something very important. She said, you don't have to stab each other to try to get each other's attention. You don't got to try to hurt each other to get each other's attention, you know. You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't walk down the aisle with anybody if you feel like you got to hurt them to get their attention. And that was some real shit that Karen did say to Candace. And I hopefully Candace, you know, heed that advice, heed what she was saying to her. I was just like, damn, Karen, you speaking some truth. You speaking some truth. And she said no one should be going down the aisle that's feeling that way, that they got to hurt whoever they with. And so, you know, Candace, so then, you know, Kendall was like, yo, so what happened? Like, what happened? Oh, he called me a princess. He called me a this. And, you know, Kendall was like, you are. Like, I would assume that or whatever. But somehow that cuts deep to, you know, Candace, well, then change your behavior. If you change your behavior, you change the energy that you put out there. People want to assume that you're a princess, or you're spoiled, or you are a over the top. Like, you can bring it down, you can tone it down. You don't have to act like the way that you was acting, especially because he didn't want to hold your pocketbook. And you do act like a princess when you want a wedding that is way more than you can afford, and probably will put you in the poorhouse. And if any emergency happens, you know, you're gonna be thinking about all that money you spent on the wedding. And, you know, I don't know why you're trying to make this big extravagant wedding. You know, Michael, I mean, your husband Chris got what, 2 kids? He's 40 years old and he's already been divorced again. So, you know, shimmer it down. You know, don't make it so expensive just in case something goes wrong. You got some cash in the bank, because it seems like, you know, your mom is going to be putting all the money forward, you know, towards your wedding. So save some to protect yourself. Don't just go blow it off, especially the way that you act and the way you talking to him. It don't seem like it's going to last long. So you might as well just go down to the chapel somewhere, or go or go to the Justice of Peace, go to Vegas and get married, do whatever. So moving on from that, we have, you know, Monique. Monique meets up with her husband, Chris. Monique is looking even more thinner than usual. I don't know why. But so anyways, she's with Chris, and her birthday's coming up. She's going to be turning 30-something years old. I forgot. 36? 34, 33. I don't know. She's turning 30-something years old. Or 32. She's turning 32, 35. I don't know. She's turning 30-something years old. And so Chris wants to give her a special birthday gift to France, invite her friends. Like, them, they didn't know nice birthday gifts. You know goddamn well, Chris, that none of these women on the show are actually your wife's friend. The one that she thought was her friend was Sharice, and Sharice been going around talking about, oh yeah, Monique's using me for my connects. She's using me for my friends. So fucked up. Monique ain't got a friend in the world. So I don't even know why. You might as well just give her that Lamborghini, that Porsche, whatever expensive car that she wanted. That's more fruitful to her, and that's more better for her. This is chlorophyll. I think I said it right. So I'm just like, damn, they're just like, why would you give her that birthday gift? And so Chris is like, what's going on with you and Sharice? I haven't seen you and Sharice talking. I haven't seen you and Sharice hanging out. Like, what's going on? So there's some miscommunication. So Monique doesn't know why Sharice is avoiding her, but everybody else in the group knows. Even Candace knows why. So, you know, Monique is just like, I don't know why we're not talking. I don't know why I haven't seen her. I don't know what's going on. You know, she's my closest friend. So Monique is going to reach out and touch, you know, Sharice, and see if she can have a conversation with her. Then they talk about having another baby since the miscarriage. And basically, Chris wants her to relax and have a good time because she's been running ragged. And, you know, Monique is like, you know, I'm so busy. Like, Chris doesn't understand. Like, I have so many things to do. I have jobs after jobs after jobs after jobs. It's like, he helped you get there, baby. So he know what you got to do. Excuse me. So that's how that situation goes. And so they have wine. I don't know why, you know, Monique is at a wine tasting bar. Like, you know, she's been accused of being an alcoholic. And she got the car accident. People call her alcoholic. And she still choose to go to a wine bar and drink wine. Like, slow it down. Like, don't drink no alcohol while you're filming. So you can tell. Because at the reunion, everybody's going to call you an alcoholic. You watch. And they're going to bring up everywhere you went and you was drinking, Monique. So if I was you, I would chill out because I wouldn't want to give my enemies ammunition to use against me. And they will use it against you at the reunion. And so Chris wants his wife to have fun and have a good time. He should buy her that card. That'll be better. And so then we got, you know, Monique. She's at home. She's getting the cards ready to give to the girls. And the cards, basically the invitation to invite them on a trip. She has her beautiful kids helping her with it and making a stamp. So they're going to go to Paris. And she was like, Monique was like, I got some tricks up my sleeves. And I was like, see that logo? Do you guys like that logo? It was funny when Chris said, see that pocketbook because you like to spend money. I don't know, the logo is nice. Like it's nice with the women with the arms, all the multiple arms, showing the multiple tasks, the busy mom and what us moms do and things like that. So, but it just seemed really like plain, something that you would see in your phone and go and just get rid of it because it does. I think it needed a little bit more color to it, and maybe if the arms had different shades of color, so it can stand for like each different, like, you know, it could be for like any race of woman like that too as well, or it could have just been African American woman or black woman, more woman, or or indigenous woman, or a woman with melanin, and maybe had like different tasks around, like showing a little bit more to it, like add a little bit more to it. It's something was missing from it, in my opinion. But I did like the color, I like the logo, but it's just something missing that could have been more intriguing. And maybe like writing on the arms and the legs, multiple legs too as well, you know, showing dancing, I don't know, something different. But anyways, it is what it is with that situation, with that logo. And so I wouldn't invite the women I don't get along with, but I know this is a TV show and they have to do this, and they all have to film and go on the same trip. They have to go together. So it is what it is with that situation. So I'm just like, damn, I wouldn't invite nobody I don't like to go out of the country. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, right. So Chris is a good husband. He seems like supportive, but it seems like in the next episode they're gonna make Chris look like he's dominating, like he's selfish, and make it look like he's a bad person. I don't know why they're gonna do that to him, make him look bad, and looks like Monique is gonna go in for it. Like she's going to not defend her husband when these women are trying to get information out of her to use it against her later on, and she's falling for it. I don't know why. Monique is kind of like, it seems like Monique, and she doesn't have any more fight in her. Like, she don't want to fight no more with these ladies, and she's ready to roll over and let them walk and stomp all over her, because, you know, the biggest blow is having Charisse like be shady to her. Charisse is mad shady. Like, yo, she's shady. Talk about that girl with her enemies behind her back, even though they're your friends. And so I guess they're beating her down, where who knows if we're gonna see Monique again. It seems like Monique is having it because she's drinking. She done had the miscarriage, and everywhere she goes she gotta have a drink, and she seems like she's tired. Or she really wants to be on this show so much that she's going to let these women, you know, walk on her like a doormat, because it seems like she's tired now. It seems like she's not ready to defend herself. She's not going to defend herself anymore. I hope that's not the case. She's sounding, she's looking weak. She's crying. Like, damn, you got to be more of a backbone. Like, maybe you need to eat some, I don't know. So moving on from that, so we got Ashley. Ashley's actually having, you know, a open mic at her restaurant. Michael's gonna come. She's gonna sing a song. She hopes her mother comes to her as well, but her mother is gonna show up. Michael's gonna be late, but he's actually gonna show up, and so she's gonna have the open mic, and it's supposed to be going down or whatever. She's gonna sing to her husband because Ashley's trying to do everything possible to keep Michael and keep their relationship happy because she don't want to be without him, regardless if he doesn't want to have children or not. She needs that bag. She needs that money. She doesn't want to get a real job. Like, shit, you would have got a guy like $80 million or $100 million. It's like, damn, why would you want to leave that to go to the broke life? You know, I don't know why. You know, so she's not going to leave. Like, a lot of people wouldn't leave that situation. They would stay with it. What would be the straw for me is having him doing gay porn. And sleeping, you know, going online, Tinder, Grindr, whatever that shit is, and supposedly having sex with this guy. I don't know if it's true or not, but that would be the line. But I kind of got a feeling that Ashley already knows that Michael probably goes that way, and they probably have threesomes in the bedroom because, you never know. He looks like a freaky deaky. He look like they got freaky and nasty. He like he go, oh. I can't even tell you what I think he does. Oh, it's disgusting. Let me get that out of my brain. So she's going to have that going on, and she really wants her mother to come, but he might not come. And so then we have, you know, Robin, she's at home with her kids or whatever, and they look so cute. They're at the counter, and, you know, having a sleepover, and there's a knock at the door, and there's a mine at the door, and they're all like excited, scared, at the same time happy, at the same time it's funny, it's weird. The mine is doing a very good job, very entertaining. And then he finally lets her know that she's been invited to go to Paris with, you know, Monique, and she was like, Monique don't even like me. And then, you know, the mom was like, yes she does, she loves you. She was like, no, I haven't even talked to her in days. So I think Robin wants to go. It seemed like Robin wants to, but it also seems like, you know, Gizelle is holding the strings when it comes to Robin. Like she's holding the strings, what Robin could do, what Robin could not do. You know, she's like Robin's mother. Like, Robin follows behind her. And, you know, Cherie said this the last episode that, you know, Gizelle has a way of making Robin messy. And even, you know, Monique was saying that Robin usually doesn't hold grudges, and she's usually a lot nicer than Gizelle. And it's like Gizelle doesn't really have anything going on. She doesn't have a boyfriend. You know, we did the Black Caucus. You know, we talked about her makeup. There's nothing going on with her. We're not talking about the book anymore, or they're being released. And it seems like Monique is a good storyline for her to come after. You know, her and Karen are always going to be friends. It's always going to be cool. But her having this grudge towards Monique didn't really do that much to her, but bring Kendall around. And, you know, she could take that like, oh my God, it's the end of the world, but it's really not. And, you know, and then, you know, Gizelle said this woman is thirsty, but Gizelle feels a certain type of way that you trying to come at me because you're hanging with this woman. So, you know, therefore, I ain't going to be cool with you because you're trying to make me sweat, trying to make me look bad on camera. So I get what she's saying, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal because we don't know for sure if Monique is trying to do that. But chances are that could be a plot, that the reason why she brung her around. Or Kendall could have just used her, because right now it looks like Monique is looking for a friend in anybody. And everybody. So, but chances are, you know, she did it to be shady, because this is what this show is about. So then, you know, moving on from that, you know, so Robin was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna go or whatever. Like, I don't even know why she's inviting me and asking me to go. This is crazy. And so Robin was like, I don't even know why I was invited. So then we got Gizelle, we got Karen, they meet up, and they're going back and forth at each other. You know, Karen was like, yo, why did you wear that Liberace jacket, you know, to my event the second time you wore it? You don't wear the same thing. It's the same outfit twice in 1 year. Well, damn, you guys got money because I wear the same shit. And so then, you know, Karen was like, well, you shouldn't be with a married man in the first place. I mean, you shouldn't date somebody's ex that is married, one of your ex friends or whatever. So Karen is just throwing shots. Karen said you shouldn't be dating, you know, an ex of a married man or whatever like that. So Karen is throwing shots, and Gizelle was like, I would be dating plenty more men that have been married. And so that's when Karen said, oh, you always do, you always do, yes, and you do that. So Karen was throwing shots, and Karen was like, yo, you came at me, you was negative, and and you came to my event, and you was you know, you had the hashtag about the taxes on, you know, you disrespect me, and then you came to my other event yelling and screaming, talking about all this, and they showed the flashback, and you know, only person that was really yelling was Karen. She was yelling security, and we got this Mime coming up, and he's all around, and so she was like, oh, Karen was sitting in the chair like she was about to say security. She said security under her breath. She's so used to saying security, and so then but it just seems like Karen was more nasty to Gizelle, way more nasty to her. Like, I was just like, damn, Karen is throwing them shots. Karen is tired. Karen was like, listen, I don't want you to hear about you. I don't want you to bring up no shit about Robin. I don't want to hear about Robin and me. I will deal with that with Robin. Let's deal with our situation. Because yes, because Gizelle's not mad at Karen about not going to Robin's event. She's mad at her about bringing Gizelle, about bringing Kendall around, Thirsty around. And that's the reason why she's really mad at Monique for bringing Thirsty around, which is Kendall or whatever. She don't want to see her. I ain't with him. I don't want to see nothing that reminds me of him. And you bitches are bringing this man X around. And regardless, you know, it says that, you know, Karen said the only reason why she stopped hanging with Kendall is because of, you know, Gizelle dating, you know, whoever that, Sherman. And so now she was like, you know, I avoided, you know, Kendall, but then if you avoided her, why you bring her around? That means your friendship wasn't that cool with Kendall. If you could just put her on hold and avoid her because, you know, Gizelle is dating, you know, Sherman. So now she's back with chilling with Kendall. I don't know how close to her tight their friendship is or whatever, if they really had a friendship. And so that conversation with Karen and Gizelle didn't go anywhere because you got the Mime coming over. He's making faces. He's looking at them. He's trying to have a conversation with them. Not a conversation. He's trying to get their attention. And they're too busy arguing and yelling. So he goes around. He's messing with other people. He can't get a word. And then they end up leaving. And then, you know, Karen's like, I know you wish you had the cops now. I know you wish you can call the cops now. Or you had security now. You had security at this time. So it was just funny. Just them trying to, you know, get at each other and argue, but the Mime is right there, and he's trying to get his little 2 cents in so he can invite them to Paris, and they ain't paying no attention to him. I was just like, and then they end up getting scared of him too as well. And so, and Karen was wrong. She said, Gizelle, you showed up at my party with your used Liberace jacket on. I was just like, oh no. I was just like, Karen, you going there. And so Gizelle was like, you know, I feel like you should have my back or whatever. Like, you know, why are you bringing? She really feels a certain type of way by bringing, you know, Kendall around or whatever. And Gizelle can date anybody. She was like somebody's ex-husband. And when Gizelle was like, I'm gonna date plenty ex-husband, and so, and I said, Karen was like, yeah, you do that already. I was just like, oh no. So moving on from that. We get Chris and Candace. They go and they do a prenup agreement or whatever. They're going to do a prenup or whatever. So basically, you know, they don't really... Candace all her stuff is tied up with her family, the restaurant. I mean, with her family, the hair stuff, you know, the little salon, the selling the hair. That's all her family and her mom's business and the house. And Chris only has the restaurant, and that's all he has. Just the restaurant, and he has a partner with the restaurant. So basically they got to find their own. One of them has to find their own to represent them with the prenup. And she was like, well, I want spousal support if you cheat on me or whatever, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So it seems like, you know, Chris might be making enough money that he can afford spousal support. I don't know who's making the most money. So he can, I'm just like, okay. So he's just like, I don't know. So, you know, Candace is feeling a certain type of way. Like, she's like, damn, I feel like he should be able to put up with more from me and more of my baggage because I'm letting my standards down because I'm marrying a guy that's 40 years old, that got 2 kids, that's been divorced. Well, that's your choice, Candace. Why should he have to put up with more bullshit from you because you feel like you're letting your standards down? You made that choice to let your standards down. He didn't tell you. He didn't force you to tell you to make your to let your standards down so he can actually get with you. You chose to be with him. If you want somebody else better, then you go out there and look for somebody else better, or you find a different partner. But if you love Chris, then be with Chris and stay with him. But don't expect for him to take your bullshit because you feel like he should be grateful to be with you, and he should be happy that he did get a younger woman like you. Like, I think he's like 9 years older than you, you know, a younger woman like you that would deal with his baggage and take it in. And yes, he should be grateful for that, but you can't hold that over him for the rest of his life. Like, that's wrong. And you shouldn't have to you shouldn't mistreat him and talk down to him and nasty to him like that either, because you feel like you lower your standards. If you feel that way, then maybe you should move on and find somebody else that you feel is more of your cup of tea. And Chris made it seem like, oh, you're going to find a white man with hair. And so it seems like maybe Candace only dates Caucasian guys. So is she one of them? Like, you only date a certain type? That's not cool. Like, you should just love everybody, right? Don't. So moving on from that situation. And so, excuse me. So we have Charisse. Charisse meets up with Monique. Monique is already crying. She's already out the bag crying. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, I haven't talked to you. Charisse was like, well, I feel like you've been acting kind of different, and you have kind of like changed. Like, you know, you're not the same, like, all acting nonchalant, knowing that she did something. I don't like that, like, because you can see that Monique is very vulnerable, and you can see that the older women are taking advantage of her vulnerability and, you know, her lack thereof, the confidence that she thinks that she has. But she did have in a couple of the episodes, but I think the miscarriage shit is coming to her. So, anyways, she was like, well, I seen how you changed. She was like, how do I change? I've been calling, I've been trying to talk to you, you've been ignoring me. She was like, well, you know, when we have that little Texas driving that event and my friends came around, you made it all about you. You made it all about you. You made like I didn't do nothing. You made it like I wasn't even there. You took all the shine. I was like, you jealous, ugly ass bitch. Like, that really pissed me off. And I really don't get pissed off. I really don't get mad like that, or say anything negative like swearing towards the women. But it's just like, yo, that was so dirty. Knowing that she was like, and then Charisse had the nerve to say, well, I don't usually tell people how I feel when I get upset and when I get angry. I keep it to myself. But yet you told everybody. Even Candace knows, Ashley knows, Robin knows, and who else knows? And Gizelle knows. Only person that don't know is Karen, because Karen wasn't privy to the conversation. So you told everybody else about Monique. And how you felt for her, how you felt about her, and what you think that she did. You even had Robin convince you, and everybody else convinced you that she was trying to get at you for your connection, for your connects. And I was like, yo, that's so dirty. And then she's gonna try to fake cry and hug her and shit. Fake. Like, fake. And it's just nasty. It's just nasty to be that nasty to someone that you say is your little sister. You should, if she's like your little sister and you're trying to help her and you try to teach her how to be around these Potomac women and how to deal with this, then you pull her to the side and you talk to her and say, when we do an event together, this is how I want you to be, and this is how you should do it. Like, you train her, you lend a helping hand to your sister. You just don't shit on her like that. So then moving on from that, I'm telling you, Monique should have just got the car. Chris, you should have brought her that car. You shouldn't, but, you know, this is a TV show, so we got to do this. And so now we get to, you know, the open mic party, which is a disaster. It's terrible. And so we get to, you know, Karen. She doesn't really say what's up to Robin, but she says what's up to Gizelle. It's like, you know, it's like now it seems like Ashley, Gizelle, and Robin, and now Charisse are really tight. And Candace is just chilling. She ain't trying to be on no side. Monique is really on the outs. And Karen's on the outs, but Karen don't care. But everybody still wants to be Karen's friend. For some reason, they still want to chill with Karen. When Karen greeted, you know, Candace and Chris like that, everybody looked all jealous and shit. Like, why they worried about who she hug and who she kiss and who she likes? Just because she's showing Candace some love? Like, what's wrong with that? She likes her. She want to teach her. Instead of hating on a young chick, teach a young chick. Especially if they want to learn, and you show them how to do it right. So anyways, Monique wants to go speak to Gizelle. I don't know why they begged her to come on a trip. Giselle was like, I'm not coming. Why would you want me to come to your trip when you didn't say hi to me? Damn, this video's too long. When you didn't say hi to me when when you didn't say hi to me Oh my God. My allergies is really acting up. When you didn't say hi to me, when you didn't say hi to me when I was at the Black Caucus, and she was like, well, I didn't feel like it was an okay thing. Like, she didn't want to. You just walked past me. She was like, I didn't want to say anything to you. Yes, she should have said hello to you, but she didn't, because, you guys were on some tension. You guys were having something going on. And so then that's when, what's her name? Gizelle was like, oh, well, that, I don't have an issue with you. Yes, you do have an issue with her. You've been had an issue with her, especially when you found out that she was chilling with Kendall. And you knew she was chilling with Kendall when you had your exhibit at the Black Caucus. So, yes, you did have a problem with her. And then the way that Gizelle was acting all nasty to us and talking to her, I was like, yo, I wouldn't have been able to sit there and look at Gizelle, and her double chins going back and forth, making faces at me, talking about, you ain't a friend of mine. You ain't a friend of hers. You don't even like the girl. You don't even want to be her friend. What do you want her to do? Roll over backwards? You done did shit to her too as well. So it's tit for tat. So now you on your high horse because she's begging you to go on this damn trip. So anyway, she was like, well, if I go, I might go. And if I go, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to have fun with my girlfriends and do the things that I want to do. Yeah, you better, because Sherman ain't nowhere around. He's gone. He done hit the road. He done left your crazy ass. And so then she was like, so then, Monique talks to, Robin. Robin's like, you know what? Is that okay? It's like Robin asks Gizelle, is it okay if I go? Whatever. So they give each other a high five. Like, we're going to go. We're going to do our thing and ignore her. So basically, Monique is out here copping pleas and begging these bitches to be her friend, which is totally pathetic. Like, you got enough money with Chris. You and Chris can live a happy life without being on this show, acting like you a peasant to these motherfucking whores. And I hate to say that because it was just so nasty how they were. Like, they can easily forgive Karen, and Monique didn't do anything that serious. The only thing Monique did was bring around Kendall, a friend, somebody, anybody. You know what I mean? And the things that they have done to, Robin, how they talk about her, make fun of her, make fun of everything that she does. Anything is like, and they're always talking about her house, her money and everything. It's like they're jealous of her because she has a husband and she has money and he can support her. Because Robin and Gizelle don't have a husband and they don't got no man supporting them. They got to support themselves now, and they got to be out in these streets hustling when most of their life they've been pampered and put on a pedestal. Like Robin's been pampered and put on a pedestal by her husband Chris. So moving on from that, Mike shows up. Ashley does her song. It was okay, whatever. They hug, they kiss, whatever. She got to keep that money around. Mike ignores, Ashley's mother. He feels uncomfortable next to her. He acts like he's disgusted by her. He don't like her. And I can see where, Ashley's mother is like, yo, listen, you having sex with men. You having sex with my daughter, a young and beautiful, vibrant woman that I gave birth to, and you're using her up for her body and her looks, and then you're being controlling, and all this other stuff. Dude, you better sit next to me and talk to me, because that's something I birthed in this world that you're using, and you're having like a toy and like an object that you're enjoying and you loving it. So anyways, but Ashley's mother ain't shit too, so, but she has mental issues, she has problems. So that's another thing. You can't really say she ain't this and she ain't that, because her whole life she's been crazy, she's been poor, she done had this issue with like she need men, she needs to be around a man, she needs to be supported. That comes from lack of love of childhood, lack of love of a father. So anyways, they're gonna go. Robin and Gizelle gonna go on a trip. I'm out. It's already 32 minutes. Peace.